Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Decrease Crime because it's free. Okay, and I wanted to devote today's segment on the missing children's. And as you can see in the background, I was able to um, composite or like a collage of all the children's that's missing in 2022 this year because we're already in May. So basically, I wrote down some words because I know that this is a very tough topic to talk about, but it's definitely serious, and I understand that a lot of people kind of had a lot to deal with this week, and so kind of don't want any more startling news. So I wrote down some things that way I won't kind of, go off a tangent in so many words. But first, I just want to, acknowledge that there's 13 children's missing in the state of Georgia. That's been reported to this website that I went on here, the missing children's website. This one. So there was some terminology that I want to go over because it definitely seems like if this happens, that knowing some of the terms help in this scenario. But so I have the actual website up in yellow, and then on the right side, I have a pamphlet up at the top that has some good information. So we can go over maybe one or two terms so people be familiar if they hear this. Maybe helps, maybe it don't. And then on the bottom on the right, I have the actual um, children's up, so we can just look at their names and ages real quick, and then that'll be it. I'll be out your hair. So this is what I wrote. You can pretty much just follow along with me as I read it in the description bar, but I just wanted to make certain that the information I have is provided. And so basically, this is what it says. And my chat box is hidden. So I just have a lot of data on my screen. I can't see if anybody is chatting with me, but thank everybody for coming in, tuning in. Please definitely like, subscribe this video, and share it with your friends and family. Comment at the bottom, let me know how I'm doing. So so what I started off with, and I think my headset works to where it's like better if I do it a certain way. But so this is what I wrote. It's a couple of paragraphs, but there are missing children that probably live in your neighborhood, but at some point in time, people became too bogged down with living and surviving that we adults forget to look around and make sure this world's a little better place to live by at least submitting a crime tip nationally via www.crimetips.us and report suspicious activities such as a grown man with a female that just doesn't sit right with you. This doesn't mean that these people will be arrested, but that someone might get the help that a child needs. Okay? Now, I believe that most children are being brought up too early and most learn and must learn how to defend for themselves before some can develop a healthy relationship and experiences. The reason why some children are being human trafficked is that the very people in the community that is supposed to protect the little ones decide to prey instead. And I don't mean prey as in the Bible. I mean prey as in like a tiger and a hyena. Then I wrote, as it continues, I says, for example, now this is a big part. Some people may feel like, why are you saying this? But just keep an open mind and understand that we don't want children to suffer because of other people's lifestyle, because it's wrong, illegal, pandering, human trafficking, crimes against persons. Adult men are not supposed to be walking around here with females that it just doesn't look like they supposed to be with them. They may not. But for example, let's say a wrong type of celebrity or rapper or professional athlete is in your town and they want to have drinks and sex with the person, but they don't have any friends to invite. Then let's say that these people who may be rich are also extremely crooked and want drugs and children's too. Now, it's these crooked individuals who look for young people to con by promising drug addicts money, drugs, and favor for human trafficking youngsters in their neighborhoods or families. And that's the big kicker. See, everybody knows that, some people of family, everybody may have that drug addict. But what these crooks do that have money, they may it's similar to when people was they I hear that back in the slavery days that the slaves was conned. Some of them was conned to get on that ship and told that they was going to get jobs. They claimed that it was a lot of blacks doing something wrong to blacks to where that's how they got all those slaves. But nevertheless, they was promising them jobs or anything shiny that they never saw before, and they was tricked. And like I said, slavery is just another term from human trafficking, and that's why I kind of wanted to go over a couple of terms so we'll be aware. Of course, we don't want to speak stuff into existence. At the same time, we definitely have to ask for what we need. And as it continues, as I wrote, it says, in conclusion, the wealthy crooks leave with no conscience while children's lives are being put in jeopardy. I hope people think about these words the next time they are partnering and see an underage person that they perceive may be underage. For this segment of Decreased Crime, because it's free, let's look at some of the terms that authorities may say and use if one must inquire about their services as it pertains to missing children. So that's when, let's take a look at the website. So with the yellow part, the yellow proportion, it tells us that, um, let's say, someone you know in your family or neighborhood, their child is missing. What do we do? What are the words we need to use? What are the numbers we need to call so we won't look like a deer caught in the headlight? God forbid if this happens. Well, we go to the website. If you see in the browser, it's www.missingkids.org. That's one website to go to. But of course, we know that the first thing we need to do is call the authorities. Now, what's going to happen when you call the authorities? Um, you're going to have to provide them with information. Now, there's also another number. It's 1-800 The Lost or 1-800-843-5678. Um, Also, you may want to just make sure the child is not in the home missing, like they're in the closet or up on the pile of laundry or in and under beds or inside a large appliance, inside the trunk of a vehicle or anywhere else a child could crawl and hide. Definitely, if you're in the store, you want to immediately notify the store manager, security, and again, call the police, call the local law enforcement. Many stores have a code add-on plan of action in place to where they'll call for the child through the intercom system. And if they don't know, you may have to ask them, "Hey, could you call for my child through the intercom system?" And when the law enforcement arrives, you're going to have to provide them with some information. Now, here it says you're going to need the child's name, date of birth, their height, weight, description of any unique identifiers, such as, they wear glasses, they have braces, and tell them when you notice that the child was missing, of course, what kind of clothes that child had. So we can get our children into taking selfies. It's good for more than one reason. Request that the law enforcement authorities immediately enter your child's name and identity information into the FBI's National Child Information Center missing persons file. So right here is telling us that there are some things we're going to have to request as well as the adult, which is that the law enforcement put the child's information into the FBI National's Crime Information Center missing persons file. Okay? So when in doubt, we just go over here to the website again, www missing kids.org. All right. So for short, it's NCMEC, National Children's Missing and Exploited. Center for Missing and Exploited Children. I'm sorry. So, we went over a couple of terms and just kind of brief, you know, FYI or information. But as we can see here, they have like a survival guide for when your child is missing that you could download and read over. And you can look through this stuff. You don't want to wait until something like this happens, because let's say if you look at it now, you're like, my kid is not missing. I'm not going to jinx my kid and be looking at this. What if a neighbor's kid come up missing to where you could have had already, I know it's like, well, let the neighbor, figure all that stuff out. But, it takes a community to raise our kids. And the more that we're willing to pitch in and help those when we can, the better society will be. All right? Because no one wants to be living somewhere where, children are just coming up missing. It's just terrible and horrible. But again, we have more time to look over this more in depth. But for right now, let's just do a quick overview. Excuse me. And yes, this is well overdue for right now, just so we'll have some information. Um, Now let's take a look to the right and let's look at the names and the faces. So this is Daniel, 16, Waycross, Georgia. I think the name and the face is what's important, not necessarily the age. When we're trying to get acclimated with who people are, for me, it's not real easy for me to remember like all of that first and last name, when he was last missing, his age, and all of that. So let's just go through the pictures, because you can always go to the website and search yourself and expand the search. I'm just looking at the state of Georgia because I don't want to do like the whole nation, and then this becomes a little bit overwhelming for, you know, myself and others. So let's just take bite-sized pieces and work from there. I think it's better to try than to never try at all or do anything, because, like I said, you never know. You might be at a party or Walmart or anywhere, and you see a child, and it just something don't look right, and it'd be just real nice to go ahead and snap a picture and then just go ahead and submit it through the www.crimetips.us. You can call the 1-800 the lost number or the non-emergency police number. Any one of those will do. So we have, let's just look at the face and just say the name, first name. So this is what Daniel looks like. This is Michaela. This is Tanya, right? This is La Zadria. Excuse me if I mispronounced her name. I'm not good with names. Lazandria. This is Sanaya. This is Malachi. This is Zania. This is Alasia. This is Dahaya. Deja. I'm sorry, Deja. The China. Corlin. Kenyatta. Aisha. Trina. Okay, so now we get into 2021. Not to say that we shouldn't keep on going, but I had actually stopped it at 2022 up. So we have 13 misses since then, but I haven't checked. And then you can also click in these and it'll tell you more information. Like if we click into Daniel's picture, we see here that he's a male, 16, Waycross, Georgia, about 11 days ago, was missing. He's 5'7", 165 pounds. This is what he looks like in another picture. And it says he may still be in the local area. And then it tells you right here their local phone number to contact, the 912-287-2921. Um, we never know like what the children's may look like once, while they're missing. So that's why I put the if I didn't put it down there, let me put it down there now. The www dot yes, it's in the paragraph, the missing children's. But just in case somebody, and again, this is Decrease Crime because it's free. And thank you so much for watching. Um, until next time. Stay blessed. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know how I'm doing. Thank you. God bless you. And I love you.